Hi guys, I'm so sorry. I was in the wrong orientation when I started and I wanted to go back and fix it so you could see the video the right orientation. Okay, so a brief review. This is the Easter basket pattern. I'm going to make one using the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. And this is inspiration from Dawn Griffeth at Dawn Stamping Thoughts. She had done a video a few years ago, and this one I used that Beautiful New Zinnia Designer Series paper for. So I'm going to start again. All right. So we have a piece of the painted lavender. I'm going to use the painted lavender Designer Series paper for this. And I've cut 1 inch off, so it's 11 inches by 12 inches. I have 11 inches at the top. And I am going to score this at 3.5 inches. I just want to make sure I've got this the right way. Yep, 3.5 inches. Like this. And 7.5 inches. So I'm going to pull the arm out on my trimmer. All right, so now we're going to cut 6 1-inch strips. And we're going to go 1. And these are going to make that beautiful woven look on the basket. And 2. I can't wait to see the new annual catalog. If you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator, we get to see it March 18th. If you went to on stage, you get to see it right now. And I'm excited to see it. What new and beautiful products there will be in there. Okay, 2 more strips. There's 4. And this is 5. And 6. All right, these are 1 by 11 inch strips. All right, and we've got scoring on them. All right, so we have next a piece of cardstock that's 12 by 12 inches. And I've already scored it, but I'm going to score it again so you can see it. We're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. And the lighter gray blade is the scoring blade. So 3/4 of an inch. We're going to slide it down to 4 inches and score it. We're going to slide it down to 8 inches. And then 11 1/4 inch, which is way down here. We're going to turn it and do the same thing. So 3/4 of an inch. And you could use your scoring board if you have a scoring board. I'm more comfortable with a paper trimmer. 4 inches. 8 inches. And 11 1/4 inches. All right, so it's scored exactly the same on both sides. We're done with the trimmer, and we will move that out. And I'm going to do some cutting. So I'm using long-handled scissors just because it's easier with such a big piece of cardstock. There's a little rectangle here. I'm going to cut that whole length off up to the 4-inch score line. All right. And I'm going to cut up to the same line there and here. And there's another little rectangle, that long rectangle I'm going to cut off here. All those long side rectangles are going to be cut off. All right. Okay, so then we are going to there's a small rectangle here on the side flaps that's going to be cut away. That one. This one we're going to leave because that's going to be part of our trim on the outside. This one here. I'm going to do a very good job there. Okay, so now we're going to do a little mitering just on the end flaps. So this one here, we're going to miter up to that corner. And on this side right here. And I'm a lefty, as you can see. If you're on there, say hi. Oh no, it's sideways again. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to just keep going here. I'm sorry about that. Okay. All right, so, oh no, I was looking at the older video. We are good this time. All right. All right, so we've got, this is what it looks like. We've got two side flaps here and a longer middle flap. Okay, we're going to turn it. Do the same thing on this side. Trim away this small rectangle here. We're going to trim away this one on the other end. And this, there will be the tutorial for this in my newsletter, which will go out tomorrow. So if you're not on my email newsletter and you would like to subscribe, I will have a link in the comments below the video, and you can sign up for my email newsletter. We're going to trim this one off. All right, we're going to go up to the next score line here and here and miter these a little bit. Yeah, we had like all this like springish warm weather. Yesterday was almost 70, and of course it's March, so you know how March changes. And my daylilies are coming up. My plants are coming up. I'm a little concerned because it's really, really early for warm spring weather. But daylilies are really hardy. I love daylilies. I have about 100 different varieties of daylilies. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to burnish the score lines. I got to grab my bone folder. This is such an important little tool, the bone folder. It's important for breaking those fibers down in that paper. Yeah, and Easter's really early this year. Okay, So this is our basic basket here. Move it up so you guys can see it a little better. And these, oh no, I cut off, oh no, I didn't. Phew, scare me. These flaps are gonna go to the outside, so they're gonna be folded this way, like this. And this is the inside of our box, right here. All right, and I'm gonna start putting it together. So I'm gonna take and put glue on these two flaps here. And I'm not using my little needle nose glue bottle because I want it to be pretty sticky. All right, so these are going to go up like this. And this flap is going to go right in front of them, like that. I'm going to burnish that down a little bit. Hi, Natalie. Oh, they have sprouted. I know. Is that normal for your area or is that early? Okay, so more glue here. Put a little bit on that corner. And more glue on the outside of this. All right, we'll put those together and add our side there. I'm just going to take my bone folder and press it down like that. Okay, so these, now we've got this going on here, and that's in too far. I got to fix that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm undoing this because I pulled it in too tight. It's going to look messy, but it's going to be covered, okay? So we want it more like that. And then I'm going to put some more glue on this. Here. And this is going to come up like that. There we go. Okay, all fixed. Now I'm going to wipe my hands off because they're loaded with glue. Okay, so looks like my video's froze. See what's going on with that. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tear and tape along these edges. And tear and tape is a very strong adhesive. I'm going to put one at the very top here, cross like that. And I'm going to put a piece right below the score line there, like that. That should have been a little higher probably. Come on. And we'll just put a tad of glue in there. Tad, which is too much, probably. And that is crooked. Okay. All right, so we'll come back to this, and I need to add a small piece there, but I'll do that in a little bit. We're going to turn this upside down and put our scored strips on, and these are going to be decorate the basket. These are the ones that I did before. Let me bring in the right ones here. Okay, so these are scored at 3.5 and 7.5, so they will fold neatly over our little basket like this, and we're going to use 3 strips. We're going to use one contrasting color, and actually I like the color better on these. I'm going to make these work because I wanted that gingham in there. All right, so I'm gonna score these. These are the ones I cut the wrong way earlier, and I didn't score them the right way, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm sorry to take up the time to do that, but I really want this gingham contrast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up here like this. We'll see if we can do a bunch at a time. And so the point I was trying to make at the beginning is if you line them up, you can do your scoring of one whole piece before you cut the strips, and then you don't have to do this. All right. So this does not have to be super, super exact. All right, so there's 7.5. I'm going to slide them all down to 3.5, which is right here. I got glue on my finger, so it's sticking. And score. Okay, so they're scored. All right, bring the box back over. All right, so because of the way they're scored, they will lay across that box the way it should. So we're going to do 3 strips, and we're going to put one in the middle right here. All right. And then we're going to do one on this end. And we're going to do, it's going to be the other pattern. So I'm going to turn it over. Just like this. All right. And let's do this side here. So we've got 3 strips, and you're going to do 2 the same on the outside, and one in this, the one in the center is going to be different. And you can see there. All right. So now I'm going to turn it, and we're going to go the opposite way. So our centerpiece is going to be the purple design. You could weave them. I thought about trying to weave them, but then it was like, oh, we'll just do it this way because it's pretty and I know it'll turn out right. So we've got that one like that. Now we're going to do the gingham on either end. Okay. And we'll do this one. Oh, the dog scared me. I must hear something. Okay, so this was right like that. Okay, so now we're gonna do some adhering to the sides, and this is where the tear and tape comes in. I'm just pressing that down a little bit. And I'm gonna trim these ends just a little bit. Okay, and I've got to trim this end a little bit. And I think my son is here. Okay, so we're going to undo this tear and tape, get that peeling off of there. And if you take your finger and rub it like that, it usually will loosen that up and make it easier to tear that off there. Okay, so you're going to have a little bit of bulk down here. You want this to be a little bit curved at the bottom. So I'm just adding that to the center of that tear and tape like this. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to take this piece and adhere that down over that. And we're going to go around to each side and do that. And get my take your pick tool. There we go. And we're going to put these about in the center. So it has that nice little pretty curve towards the bottom. There we go. Now you can see this is pulling up a little bit. And at the end, I'm going to go around and just add a dab of glue there to hold that better. Okay. I've got a mark on that paper there. And this is the last flap. And here comes the dog. You can probably hear his little feet going. Come here, Tucker. All right. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here to hold this down in place on both sides, like that. Now, this is an older piece of cardstock, and you can see the edges faded a little bit there. And then I can bring my scissor in and trim this that's sticking up there. We'll get a little glue down in there. Not that much. All right. Just wiping glue off my fingers. I'm gonna trim this edge right here. So that it doesn't show. Okay. So for the two sides, well, let's do our handle first. I have a piece of purple cardstock that's 11 inch or 12 by 1 and a piece of designer series paper that's 12 by 1. And I want the gingham side up for this. And I'm just going to adhere these together. And actually the cardstock is an inch shorter than my designer series paper. So I'll just cut that end off after I get it on here. I'm going to add these together. Sorry, we have a strong handle. And we've got this extra little piece here. Okay, and now we're going to adhere this to, see the two sides where the flaps are crossed? We're going to adhere that to that because we're going to cover that with some paper so it doesn't show. And I'm putting quite a bit of adhesive on there, about an inch, inch and a half down probably. And don't worry, that glue's going to be covered. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. So we have our cute little basket handle. This one might be a little shorter than the handle on the other basket. Now I've got two pieces of designer series paper. These are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to adhere them to the inside there to cover the handle. I think Dawn Griffeth used a stapler on her handle, and I just like using the glue. She had made it though, so the staple was covered. Yeah, I thought this with the purples and the lavender would be a pretty for a basket, and the gingham, the crumb cake, checks. There. So our basic basket's done. Now let's dress this up a little bit. Let's put some of our bunnies on the ends where the handle is, and I've already stamped these bunnies, and I die cut them, or didn't I fussy cut them out. And we're going to add a little bouquet in that bunny's little paws. And I've got some die cuts from the Painted Lavender set. So they're pretty long, so I'm going to cut them way down. So we don't want it that long. We want it just like that. Actually, I think I'll just tear it off here. And what I'm going to do is add a glue dot and add these to the glue dot. Let's see if these are too long. Yep. All right, glue dot. So glue dot to each of the bunnies. One here. One here. On this one. Let's add a little flower. Nope, that's too long. You want them pretty small. Let's see if this will stick. Nope, I don't like that. It's too big. We'll add this one here like that. Cut that off. We'll add another glue dot on top for a bow. And we'll bring in our linen thread. We'll do a little bouquet bow here. It's not going to be very big. These would be fun to make for grandchildren or a friend and fill it with some candy or soaps or something like that. Put it, our little bow there. Or a sister or a mom. I have one sister, my baby sister. She's 12 years younger than me, and there's 3 brothers in between us. I'm the oldest. So you know, what the oldest always had to do was babysit. And sometimes those boys gave me a hard time. But it's probably good because I ended up having 4 boys. All right. All right, so there's our little bunnies with the bows. Let's add some dimensionals to the back of them and we'll be done with this basket. We'll add a long strip here. A little bit there. Okay, so he's going to go right there. And the other one will go on the other side. Adorable. Cute, cute. Isn't that cute? So there's our little basket. There's our little, with the lavender painted, or perennial lavender designer series paper. There's another edge I got to glue down. And then this one I did with the zinnias. I really like how this one turned out too. So I hope you can make some of these and enjoy them. And hey, post them. Share them with me. I would love to see them. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care now, and I'll be back Monday. Bye.